Hello here.
It's so good to see everybody. It's so nice to see everybody's bright and shiny face so early in the morning. Tell you what, if I didn't have to do this show, I'd be asleep right now. You bet I would.
Boy, and what a loss that would be for us here at Good Morning Columbus, Kate. Isn't that right, folks? All right, let's just get this started. I, of course, am your host, Dan Travers, and with me, as always, in spite of a sizable check that I gave to the network executives last week, is Kate McMillan. Now, Kate, you might remember, or maybe not, that about a year ago we did a special live broadcast from a little church.
In Dublin!
That's right, in Dublin, Kate. And we did that broadcast all about the exciting changes that Northwest Chapel was making to their vision and strategic plan.
Oh, it was so exciting.
That's why I used that adjective, Kate. So, at any rate, we thought it would be a good idea to pop back in on those folks at Northwest Chapel and see how that's working out for them.
Oh, I'm so excited.
We can tell. Why don't we bring in our first guest?
Oh,
His name is Gordon Rembrandt. Now, Gordon is a long-time attender
Isn't
at
he
North...
that cute little man we had on here last time? Oh, I just loved him.
Yes, we all did, Kate. That's why we invited him back to talk with us. Why don't you help me in welcoming Gordon Rembrandt to the program?
It's so nice to see you again, Gordon. I'm just delighted.
Oh, well, thanks, Kate. It's good to be here again.
Oh, now, Gordon, why don't we start with you telling us all about this new contemporary service that you've got going on over there? Do you like it? Does everyone else like it? What's it all about?
Well, Dan, it's like this. The folks in charge of putting Sunday services together decided that Pastor Rob, our worship guy, didn't have enough to do. So they figured turning the second service into a rock concert with lights and wild music and folks in blue jeans would be the way to go.
You wear blue jeans at your church? That is contemporary.
No, Kate, the contemporary part is that they've gotten rid of the hymns.
No hymns.
Not one. And the music is loud. If I don't turn down my hearing aids before I go into the chapel, they start squealing like a stuck pig. As soon as that first song comes on, that's what happens.
Oh, well, it doesn't sound like you're too fond of this contemporary service, Gordon.
Well, I guess I'm a little old-fashioned that way. I like me some hymns.
Oh, I love me some hymns.
About the only good thing I can see in all this is that it's just an experiment, which means that after 6 months, maybe they'll go back to the way things ought to be.
Yeah, well, change is hard, isn't it?
I guess so. You know, a lot of folks seem to like this new service. Me, I think I'll just go to the classic blended service, which is at 9:45. It's church the way we used to do it.
Well, at least you have options, right?
Speaking of options, Dan, why don't we bring out our next guest and we can talk about another church experiment those crazy Northwest Chapelers are doing.
I'm pretty sure chapelers isn't a word.
Bingo, Gordon. But that's a good idea, Kate. That is a good idea, though, Kate. We've got Annie Byrne in the wings. Now, Annie is only 13, but she's been at Northwest Chapel her whole life. Please join me in welcoming Annie Byrne. Annie, come on out! That's right.
Hey, yourself, Annie. So, why don't you tell us a bit about this service? By traditional, do you mean everything's done in Latin?
No. We just sing a lot of hymns and stuff, plus Terry wears a robe.
You mean Pastor Terry? Isn't he like 40 years older than you?
Excuse me.
Well, and did you say he wears a bathrobe? Well, that is rather daring, isn't it?
Wait. You mean they sing hymns at this service?
Yeah. I just wish it wasn't at 8:30. That's way too early.
I hear you on that one, sister.
Okay, so Annie, why don't you tell us something else you like about this service?
Well, I've only been to 2 of them, and I fell asleep during the second one. But overall, they seem pretty cool.
So, Is this an... Sorry, Dan, I'm having a hard time speaking today. I'm so... Is this...
I think she wants to know if this is another type of
Oh,
experiment.
experiments! Yes! Is this one of those experiments your crazy church is so fond of these days?
I believe it is.
Well, you know, it sounds sort of like Gordon's contemporary service. Might just take a little getting used to, but thank you for that young person's perspective, Annie.
Thanks, sir.
Dog. Okay. You know what? I think we should welcome another Northwest Chapel regular out here. And she's going to tell us, if you can believe it, Kate, about yet another type of service that they have started over there. Let's bring out Heloise Crankton, ladies and gentlemen. Heloise, come on out.